So this Milwaukee grease gun developed a crack at the bottom of the housing there. So anytime you get any bit of pressure behind it, it oozes out of that crack. I took it to a Milwaukee store and they looked up the serial number, and I don't remember if it was a 3 or 5 year warranty on these. Whatever it was 1 year out of warranty. And they said to fix it, it would be around $160. So I'm pretty sure you can get a brand new one of these tool only for like $180, just under $200. So I didn't think it was worth paying them to fix it. But I'm gonna try welding the crack and hopefully that'll work. It's cast aluminum and I'm not the greatest at welding cast aluminum, but I'm gonna give it a shot. It's worth saving that $160 or $200 for a new one. So I'm going to try gouging out that crack first as best I can. I'm kind of worried about marring up the threads with the gouging and or the welding. So I might try to shove something in there to protect it. Maybe find a bolt and cut the head off and bury it in there. We'll see. It's not the right thread, but it'll be enough to keep the weld out of the hole. So it doesn't look bad, but I think I'm gonna build it up a bunch more on the top because it is cracked pretty much all the way through. I don't know if you can see that. All the way down those threads and up in between both of those holes is cracked. So the only thing that's gonna hold it is my crappy weld out here, so I'm going to build up a bunch more on that just to give it a better chance, and then try to flatten these surfaces, see if that works. So I'm a little bit worried about these little holes. I don't know if you can see that. That's like the start of the crack right there. The same thing on this side. Right in there. But that's like in the threads there. I don't know, if this doesn't work, I might try gouging it out really deep and welding that, building that crack up, and then I'd have to re-tap the threads, because that would really get into the housing there. But I'm gonna put it back together and try it first. So it's not coming out of the weld. I'm gonna check the seal on that hose coming out. So I think it just cracked on the top there too, if you can see that. That definitely wasn't there before, it was only cracked on the bottom. So I guess I'm gonna try welding that. And then this hose has a rubber O-ring to seal it, which I don't know why with all that pressure. This bottom bolt has a copper crush washer. So I think I'm going to see if I have another one of those laying around, and I'm going to replace that hose with another copper crush washer. Might seal better, especially because I'm not getting that surface perfectly flat like it was from the factory. Let me try welding that one. So this thing just does not want to be fixed. So it must be cracked all the way through this little, whatever this little notch is for, little hook hanger or something. But it must be cracked behind there. So I'm just gonna cut that thing off and just try to pile a bunch of weld back there. So I got it boogered on there pretty good, hopefully. It might find its way out of a little pinhole or something. And this, the threads in there are stripped also for this hose. They're fine on here, but I was snugging it up and they're stripped in there. So I got some trusty old JB Weld, and I'm gonna clean those out best I can and just booger it in there, see if that works. It's still hot. I melted the plastic all around here too. It's all melted up. I probably could have took the time to take this whole thing apart. I would have to unscrew the whole housing, because I'm sure some kind of motor or something's connected to it. But I didn't put that much effort into it, I guess. So it's a little melted, so hopefully it still works even. Got to be careful not to get it on the in the hole. I try to just spread it around the threads. I wonder if you can reuse this. I never had any luck saving it and reusing it if there's any left over. Let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure that anything I've ever tried to fix with JB Weld, something like this, never ended up working, so I'll be surprised if this works actually. A lot runnier than I thought it would be. I don't know if that's good or bad. I got to cross thread it in there. Yeah, it's definitely stripped. I could have tried running a tap through it. I don't think there was much material left though. Probably would have ended up in the same position. Yeah, it's biting there. It might work. Yeah. I'm just gonna goober it all around there. Why not? All right, I'm gonna let that set up for, I don't know how long, probably a day. 4 to 6 hours. Then we'll try it. So it's the next day. The JB Weld should be as hard as it's gonna get. So let's try it, see what happens. So I think that Zerk fitting's a little bad, or the end of this is. That's why it's leaking, but it worked. Let me try it on a couple more. So I think I'm gonna call that fixed for now. I went around this whole dozer pretty much and greased it up. Seems to be holding. So this gun does have 2 speeds. 1 is low and 2 is a little bit higher. I don't think I'm gonna try it on 1 because that has a lot more pressure. I don't know if it's gonna hold on 1. So use it on 2. If it can't grease it on 2, then I guess it is what it is. I'm afraid to put it on 1. So we'll see how long that lasts.